Merry Christmas, everybody. As a Christmas gift, I'm taking you out to the ballpark, specifically the National League Championship Series.
You are Locked On MLB, your daily MLB podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Today's episode is brought to you by our good friends over at FanDuel. You can start the season with a big return on FanDuel. New customers can place a $5 bet, and you can get started with $150 in bonus bets if you win your first $5 bet. Just visit FanDuel.com to get started. Merry Christmas, everybody, and welcome to Locked On MLB, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, where it's your team every day. This is the daily podcast. We talk about all of Major League Baseball. I am your host, Paul Francis Sullivan. Please call me Sully. I have been a baseball podcaster for a long time, and in a few weeks it'll be the new year, and I'll be starting my 7th year here on the Locked On Podcast Network. Follow us on Locked On MLB Pods on Twitter, or whatever it's called now, and on Instagram, I am your pal Sully. I'm at Sully Baseball on Twitter, Sully Baseball Podcast on Instagram. So yes, it's Christmas morning, and some of you don't celebrate Christmas. Some of you celebrate other holidays. All baseball fans should celebrate Rickey Henderson's birthday today. But I'm giving you all the best Christmas present I can give you. I want nothing more on this morning than to go to a ball game. And I can't do that. I can't go to all of you and take you to a Major League Baseball game. Do you know why? The season's over. But I can do the next best thing. I can have you come with me to a baseball game, and we can enjoy ourselves. We can enjoy ourselves and the sights, the sounds, the smells of the game. I can do my best to share them with you right now. As you can tell behind me, I'm at Dodger Stadium. That's right. I'm at Dodger Stadium, but not just for any game. This is Game 6 of the 2024 National League Championship Series. And the beauty of it is, every one of you watching right now knows what happened in this game. I don't. I don't know what happened. It hasn't happened yet. It happened where you are. You're there on December 25th, enjoying yourself. I'm about to go in what could be my last baseball game of the year, although maybe the Dodgers will go to the World Series, and I'll go to one of those games. Who knows? Now, at this point, you know who the great hero of October is. It might have been Giancarlo Stanton, who last night, in my timeline, won the ALCS Most Valuable Player. It could be Shohei Ohtani, who got off to a fast start against San Diego, cooled down a little bit, but is now heating up. It could be Aaron Judge, who inevitably won the MVP. You already know that. I don't. It could be a pitcher that we're not expecting. Although the way this postseason is unfolded, having a pitcher go 5 innings is the equivalent of Jack Morris throwing 10 innings in Game 7 of the 1991 World Series. I assume I have addressed that in many, many podcasts. I don't know. I don't know who the big hero of this game is. The Mets could go on to win the pennant. I mean, all they have to do is win a bullpen game against LA, force a Game 7, which by definition is a coin flip. Or the Mets could have been bombed tonight, and it's a New York-LA World Series, which is a ratings dream because it's the New York market, the LA market, and Shohei Ohtani. As I've said in the podcast before, there is no microscope powerful enough to detect how little I care about TV ratings. I don't care about them. I really don't. I care about good baseball. And if the best baseball matchup is Tampa Bay versus San Diego, then that's the one I want to see. I don't know. I also don't know well, I have a good idea that Tarek Skubal won the Cy Young Award. I have a good idea that Chris Sale won the Cy Young Award. I don't know who won Manager of the Year. I don't know who won Rookie of the Year. I don't know who the GOAT is. There could be a huge GOAT. There could have been a gigantic misstep by a manager in this year's postseason, in this year's World Series. I don't know if there was a walk-off hit. I don't know where the great home run is, and you do. But what I have is that anticipation. This is why sports is so wonderful. It's like the greatest reality show of all, which is not a high bar because reality TV stinks. Sorry that the sun's right in your eyes, but you know what? This is California. This is why we all live on a fault line. Maybe that's a little better. I got my Fullerton hat on. Maybe I'm a little thinner now. I don't know. That would be refreshing for me. But the fact of the matter is, the greatest stage is the World Series. That's what we remember about whatever year, with very few exceptions. The thing that defines a baseball season hasn't happened yet for me. You know what it's going to be. But I'll tell you what, why don't we head into the ballpark? We'll take a look around, and maybe we can have some fun there. All right, I'm sorry about some of the background noise, but you know, I don't have much control over the sound system. Look at that. Look at that right behind me. That's my Christmas present to you. We're out at the ballpark. You know, Game 6 of the 2024 National League Championship Series is going to start in about an hour or so. And I got a text from my cousin Dave, who is a die-hard New York Mets fan. And he reminded me, there have been a lot of great Game 6s for the New York Mets. Probably the two biggest both happened in 1986. The marathon game with the Houston Astros, and of course, the game that must not be mentioned by Red Sox fans in 1986. But Game 6 has been a lot of great games over the years. Whether it's the Bernie Carbo and Carlton Fisk homers, whether it's the amazing game that Kirby Puckett played in 1991, whether it was the Joe Carter home run, whether it was the Braves topping the Cleveland Indians in 1995, or the remarkable and incredibly underappreciated Game 6 of the 1992 World Series. Maybe it was also the A-Rod slapping the ball out of Arroyo's glove game. There are a lot of great Game 6s. I'm about to see Game 6 of the National League Championship Series. Now, was this going to be a great Game 6? You know, but I don't. And we're going to have fun. I know Mets fans hope this is a classic Game 6 leading to a Game 7 tomorrow. I am not going to Game 7 of the National League Championship Series tomorrow because I have to go to my job. But there may not be a Game 7, so it may be a moot point. But either way, I'm going to get myself something to drink. Hey, did Rocket Money help you find any subscriptions you forgot about or that you were paying for twice? That happened to me. And I had a few subscriptions for some streaming video services. That's all I'll say. And I didn't even realize I was paying for them. Rocket Money made it so easy to track them down. It's like having a personal assistant for our finances. And sometimes you'll get a message like, hey, there was a big purchase you made. And I say, yeah, I did it. I made that purchase. But Rocket Money is essentially saying, we're just making sure. And do you know what? I'd rather have that than pick up my bank statement and go like, where the heck did all my money go? It went to all those services. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. It brings everything together in one place, whether it's subscriptions, spending habits, or even the goals you want to hit this summer. Rocket Money has 5 million users and has saved over a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all the minimum features. You know, I looked up, I saw, hey, there's a couple services there I don't use anymore. Rocket Money, boom, gets it all done. I use it to cancel services I don't use anymore. I've saved a ton. With our goals features, I've been able to automatically set aside money for the future. No more stressing about budgeting every month. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/lockedon today. That's rocketmoney.com/lockedon. rocketmoney.com/lockedon. Check out Rocket Money. The game's about to start. Michael Kopech is the opener. He's going to probably pitch one more inning than me.
At this time, we
This is Game 6.
It's the playoffs. All right, we're at the game with Michael and Ferraro, frequent guest. Teoscar Hernandez just got a single. It should have been off the wall. He styled thinking it was a home run, and if he was doubled up, he would have been the GOAT of the series.
Would have cost the Dodgers a run.
Would have cost him a run.
But
Instead, Edman wound up getting a double, scoring 2. And I'll just say this right here and right now. I have no idea what the final score of this game is going to be. But
I'll say it too.
all right. But I'll say this. Teoscar Hernandez owes Tommy Edman a steak dinner. All right, let's keep watching the game. Things are not looking good for the Mets.
Holy Mark Lenford.
It's starting to look a little bit like a blowout, but it's still a bullpen game. All right, we'll see what happens.
We'll see in a while.
It's 6-1. It's 6-1 going to the 4th inning. And the fact of the matter is, you don't know with a bullpen game if you're going to have a reliever come in and let up 2 runs, and then you have to burn through a bunch of pitches. You don't know what's happening. So I know I'm being a bit of a broken record here, but if you had a starting pitcher having a sense of momentum, then this would feel a lot more secure. Here's the thing that does drive me a bit crazy. It's the 4th inning, and it's 6-1. The Mets have only gotten 1 hit and 3 hits and 1 run and a couple of walks, but it's not like the Dodgers are getting pounded. Just the other thing that drives me a little crazy is that the Dodgers basically didn't use their bullpen the final game in New York because they had Honeywell give them length. And so now each pitcher should be able to throw 2 innings.
Back out there?
I don't know. So I know I'm a broken record on this topic, but it's 6-1. The Dodgers should be counting outs in their head, but instead they're looking at their pitchers saying, counting pitchers, and listening to counting throws.
That counts.
That does.
Where's John the Count Montefusco when you
Exactly. How many pitchers have you used? 1 pitcher, 2 pitchers, 3 pitchers. I could go all night.
You could. But we need a reliever for him.
That's true. My arm will be worn out. All right. We're going to see if we're on the Jumbotron.
That's right.
It's 6-1, it's the 4th inning. Is this a clincher? I don't know. You do. So the Dodgers have loaded the bases.
Or the Mets.
No, the Dodgers loaded the bases because of the walks.
They've loaded them with Mets.
Yeah, so we're loaded with Mets.
Filling.
And now, who's up now? It's Winker.
Jesse Winker.
If Winker hits a home run, the Mets have the lead.
That's how that would work.
That's how that would work. I did the math correctly. I carried the 1.
If he hits a triple, it would be tied. If he makes it out, then the Dodgers will maintain their 6-3 lead.
But what I'm saying is, the Dodgers have already burned through so much of their team, and we're on the verge of having a tie game late.
The chickens have come home to roost from the bullpen, just as Sully said. Locked on MLB.
Yep. AP, make a bet. Make a bet, AP. you forgot about that. Oh my God, what's happening? Was there a power outage?
Jack White is here. You need a soda pop?
Who doesn't? Shohei just drove in a run, and it was ugly. It was very ugly. But at this point, if you're a Dodger fan, you don't care. You don't care. Dodgers are up 7-3. Is that enough to clinch a pennant? You know, I don't.
Not a Hall of Fame.
Or it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're around. The NFL playoffs are almost here, but it's not too late to get in on the regular season action with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, because right now new customers can finish the season strong with $250 in bonus bets if you win your first $5 bet. Let me tell you something. This is a time when everyone gets into it, and I love to pick up a W, and, you know, I bet on these games as they're going on. And guess what, folks? You do it so easily on FanDuel. It's all on one page. Just visit FanDuel.com to join today. That's FanDuel.com for your chance at $250 in bonus bets. Make every moment more with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. All right now it is the 8th inning, and it's 7-4 Dodgers. The Dodgers have plowed through a lot of pitchers at this point. And you know what's going to happen. I don't. But if the Mets go on a rally against one of the pitchers, the Dodgers have already burnt through a bunch. But I have to say, so far, even though it's not been the great shutout performance that the Dodgers had against San Diego last week, you got to give Dave Roberts credit. This is a hand he was dealt, and he didn't get a great performance by Kopech. He didn't get a great performance by Brazier. But he's sitting there right now as I'm recording this, 3 outs from the pennant. So, are we on the verge of giving Roberts lots and lots of credit for the people who are big haters of them? I don't know. I'm going to go back to my seat and go check it out. You should too. The Dodgers are 1 out away from going to the World Series. Let's see what happens.
Dodgers suck! Let's go, New York!
Did someone just yell Dodgers suck when they're on the verge of clinching the pennant? Really?
Let's go, Queens!
Oh, there he is.
Dodgers suck!
Well, there you go. There's going to be a World Series in Los Angeles. Now I know who won. All right, you can probably tell what just happened. Place is going nuts. Well, the National League Championship Series is over, and you know what's going to happen. You know the Yankees are facing the Dodgers. You know one of those two teams has given a high-profile, high-priced team the World Series championship that their fan base feels should belong to them. You know that Fox got Judge versus Ohtani, Stanton versus Betts. We're going to see huge stars. It's going to be fun. And there is a great memory from the 2024 World Series that will come that you know. And that's my present to you, bringing you back to that time where you didn't know what happened. And as I said before, this is what makes sports the greatest show of them all. Baseball is the greatest show of them all because it's a sport where you have to get the final out. You have to outplay the team. Everyone has to have a time at bat. And a Tommy Edman could be the superstar. Two teams that are filled with the Lindors, the Ohtanis, the Freddie Freemans, the Mookie Betts. It's Tommy Edman who shines. That doesn't happen in other sports because they can always go back to the superstar every time where they need to get in there. There is a name in the World Series that you know that I don't. There is an event in the World Series that you know that I don't. There is a all-time moment that you're looking back going like, God, Sully doesn't even know that's happening yet. That's right. I don't. And do you know what's going to happen? In a week or so, it's going to be 2025. And it's going to be a strange season. You're going to see the A's playing in Sacramento. You're going to be seeing, I don't know where the Rays are playing yet. When I'm recording this, the damn roof just flew off of Tropicana Field. For all I know, they're going to be playing in Oakland. And someone's going to be elected to the Hall of Fame. And 2025 will be a year where there'll be someone become synonymous with it. But the World Series is on its way. And the least I can do in these cold months is to provide you with this. I get asked all the time. I've been doing a baseball podcast since 2012. Actually, I did some before that, but pretty regularly since 2012. And I'm wrapping up my 7th full year at the Locked On Podcast Network, which, if you're unaware, it's your team every day. And I get asked, do you do the podcast in the off season? And I said, yes. Yes, that's when we need it the most. That's when you need this podcast the absolute most. Because during the regular season, if you need a baseball fix, you turn on the game. What are you going to do on Christmas Day? I'll tell you exactly what you're going to do. You're going to go on to Locked On MLB, and your pal Sully's going to be there with a gift under the tree. The gift was a day out at the ballpark. How do you like my crumpled Fullerton hat? So, I hope for those of you who celebrate Christmas, I hope you're having a great Christmas. And for those of you who don't, thanks for listening here. And if you're listening to this on Boxer Day or whenever, just know that I'm going to be here. We're going to be talking baseball. We're going to be talking trades. We're going to be talking about great moments in history. We're going to be having fun. The hot stove is red hot right now, and we can all talk about what happened in the World Series that you know what happened, but I don't. So, follow us at Locked On MLB Pods on Twitter or whatever it's called now. And on Instagram, I'm your pal Sully. I'm at Sully Baseball on Twitter, Sully Baseball Podcast on Instagram. Giving you all a Christmas present on this December 25th at the National League Championship Series with 80s rock playing right behind me the whole time. This has been Locked On MLB. I'm your host, Paul Francis Sullivan. Happy Rickey Henderson's birthday. And you can call me Sully.